This mid-morning, let's explore the wisdom, the refuge of wisdom, and then meditate. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Yoda on Dagobah under the guidance of Qui-Gon Jinn, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them to your lives, there is no need to be bashful. Simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Don't wait to type your questions till the end. My brains will be oatmeal by then. So as soon as the question occurs to you, strike while the iron is hot. So there is a passage within the Heart Sutra that reads, "Therefore, Shariputra, without attainment, bodhisattvas take refuge in Prajnaparamita and live without the wall of the mind." Who is a bodhisattva? One who chooses to practice the Eightfold Path. What is a Buddha? One who has mastered the Eightfold Path. If you feel you have not mastered the path but would like to, the key is Prajnaparamita. But what does that mean? Simply this. Every vertebrate life form, as opposed to an invertebrate life form, but every vertebrate life form on this planet has a central nervous system. If we meditate in harmony with our central nervous system, practicing mindfulness as we breathe in and meditation as we breathe out, noticing and releasing in harmony with our inhalations and exhalations, that is taking refuge in the Prajnaparamita. A big thanks to the folks who through Patreon keep these live streams completely independent and ad-free. There is going to be some editing this morning during the latest iteration of Buddha's Easy Tantra. Let us begin with the inner preliminary practice or right view training. We'll be training the neural pathways responsible for empathy and enthusiasm simply by chanting the recitations of bodhicitta and refuge. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. Consider, if you will, this painting of a Buddha, which could be described in Sanskrit as Buddha Shakyamuni, or in Tibetan as Shakya Topa Sangye, or in English as the enlightened sage of the Shakya clan. The iconography of this yadam, or archetype of enlightenment, functions merely to organize the 8 figures of speech necessary for deeply transformative contemplations. We're going to begin with the Tantra of Love and Letting Go, which is known by many names, including Mantra Yoga or Mahayoga. Let us begin by reviewing the mantra's meaning. Please chant with me. With whom we invoke the example of the Muni, wise one, Maha, greatly wise one, Muni, of the Shakya, Soha, wishing enlightenment for all. Notice, we're not praying to a real or imagined entity. We are simply invoking an example of wisdom and love. That's it. Let's begin by practicing the right view of reality, whereby we will leapfrog over our clinging tendencies. Now, the key to transforming mere mantra recitation into actual mantra meditation, is twofold. Number one, during your exhalation, during the chanting of this 12-syllable mantra, physically relax as best you can. Number 2, during your inhalation, silently and mentally recite this wisdom-inducing rhetorical question. Now this is going to be concise, bordering on cryptic. Fortunately, before we play with a silent, cryptic, condensed version, we're going to chant a more elaborate version. Let's do that right now. How is it that as we inhale, our mind's functions could seem quite clear, yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could... You know what? I think this is bass backwards. It is. I think I'm going to reverse this. This will be a quick edit. Please bear with me. Okay. This is paste and continue. Let's go all the way to the front and scooch back up. Okay. As we chant the mantra, I could feel as if gold rays were emitting from a thumbnail size horizontal to a syllable mantra rosary at our hearts, lavishing all man's communication, bodies, and circumstances with wisdom, love, health, and good fortune centered and spontaneous. So we're going to bring the 4 bases of mindfulness into the path of love. First, I have to do the old shuffle-a-rooney. Paste. Please excuse my sniffling. Hay fever is beating me up. Paste and unmas. Uno mas. Here we go. All right, so before we're so rudely interrupted by myself, come let us bring the 4 bases of mindfulness into the path of love. May all minds of all beings now be as peaceful and wise as our Buddha's mind, symbolized by a winsutable mantra known as a Siti or Bija mantra. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa. So we use the term in Tantric Buddhism of heart-mind, unless we're dealing with the plural, which is heart-minds. And it refers to the idea of imagining that your mind is at your heart. Copy, here we go. May all relationships of all beings now be as joyful and loving as... Take 2. May all relationships of all beings now be as joyful and loving As a Buddhist communication symbolized by this 12-syllable mantra. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Now let us we switch gears from the experience of the interpersonal to the experience of the physical. May all bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful, healthy picket in Buddhist thought of the blissful body of a yidam of lore and archetype of enlightenment. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. We switch gears from the physical to the circumstantial. May all circumstances of all beings be as safe and fortunate as a Buddha's paradise, pure land of Ati of Lore. So we're using the word lance as a monosyllabic synonym for circumstances. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. Muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa muni muni ma muni yesuwa. We now switch gears from love to letting go. Aha! And once again, I need to play the shuffle game. So this is what, page 22? Okay, that's not going to help much. So let's go over here. One. Okay. And we're going to hit cut. And paste. So we're shifting gears now from love to letting go. And so we're going to play with a rhetorical question that is just ginormous. How is it that as we inhale our circumstances could appear quite vivid, Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a body of light. You know, I think it'd be helpful before we did this if we took a moment to review the definition of emptiness, which I have printed on a different document. I will cut and paste. Please be patient with me whilst I do that. Let's see. There we go. Okay, 1, 2. Copy. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during the previous inhalation could feel as not graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although compelling to the eye, is not graspable to the hand. Now we can dig in. Looking specifically at the circumstantial. How is it that as we inhale, our circumstances could appear quite vivid? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a body of light. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Cut. Okay. We switch gears from the circumstantial to the physical. How is it that as we inhale, our bodies could feel quite sensual, yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a yellow of light? Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesawa muni muni ma muni yesoha. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. We switch gears from the physical to the experience of the interpersonal. How is it that as we inhale communications, experience of the interpersonal could sound quite resounding? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable as a mantra of light. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. And we switch gears a fourth time, this time from the interpersonal to the mental. How is it that as we inhale, our mind's functions could seem quite clear? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a bija of light. Now, quick like a bunny. What I'm going to do is remove this, center this, and insert an image. Okay, here we go. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesawa Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesoha. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this should be 9. 11, 12. Here we go. Paste. Having concluded our mantra meditation, we now begin our first of two silent meditations. This one is known as Bliss and Letting Go and has many synonyms, including Anu Yoga. With each sharp inhalation, thanks to the mechanism of our sympathetic nervous system, we can mindfully feel the play of form as silently and mentally we recite feel. Due to the mechanism, during each leisurely exhalation, due to the mechanism of our parasympathetic nervous system, we can meditatively relax into forms non-graspable nature. Oops. Come on, coordination, don't fail me now. let us contemplate the wisdom dance of impermanence and interdependence. What could it look like if all thoughts were sweaty and impermanently melted into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this form? What could it feel like if all forms were sweaty and impermanently melted into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this speech? What could it sound like if all speech was sweaty and impermanently melted into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this mind? What could it be like if all minds were sweaty and impermanently melted into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into our vastum devoid? Now we come to our second of two meditations, awareness and letting go, which is also known as either Mahasandhi or Ati Yoga. One moment. There we go. Hang in there. Okay. Let us conclude with the recitation of 4 well wishes. May all beings like the Buddha master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate others. May all beings practice of communication, contact, and calmness flow spontaneous and uncontrived. May each being take auspicious rebirth, master the Buddha's path, and then help all others do likewise. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. If you feel that I have earned it, please type something in the chat window. Give this live stream a thumbs up and share it on social media. In approximately 3¼ hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's afternoon meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.